Making the headlines tonight. Prime Minister Hun Sen orders for a special aircraft to be arranged to transport Cambodian ASEAN Para Games athletes to participate in the 11th ASEAN Para Games in Indonesia. A national movement is set up to help clear mines in Cambodia to work towards achieving a mine-free country by 2025. As Chilean school kids start winter vacation, they leave behind a semester marked by violence. And London Zoo's lioness Aria showed off some impressive ball skills in her enclosure as England prepares to host the Women's European Championship. This is the Daily Roundup on EAC News Channel. A very good evening to you. I'm Darshana Gauchan. Prime Minister Hun Sen has ordered for a special aircraft to be arranged to transport Cambodian ASEAN Para Games athletes to participate in the 11th ASEAN Para Games in Surakarta, Indonesia. EAC News reporter Decca Nin has more.
Speaking at a meeting with a delegation from the ASEAN Para Games on Wednesday morning, 6th of July, Prime Minister Hun Sen said that the special aircraft to transport Cambodian athletes to participate in the ASEAN Para Games is to facilitate travel for the players and not cause extra fatigue from having to go through many transfers. The Prime Minister said that the money allocated for the purchase of plane tickets will be diverted to pay for the plane rental instead. Sky Onko, however, has agreed to transport Cambodian players to and from Indonesia free of charge. According to the stated plan, Cambodia's ASEAN Para Games athletes will travel to Indonesia on the 26th of July and return on the 7th of August. The Prime Minister remarked, "Our Khmer people are like this, they know how to help." Cambodia is sending 115 athletes to compete in 11 different sporting categories: table tennis, weightlifting, athletics, swimming, sitting volleyball for men and women, goalball, football 7-a-side, wheelchair basketball, boccia, badminton, and chess. Some of the players have shown they are confident in the run-up to the games.
I have 90% confidence in getting my medal back because my training is completed.
The strength of the Cambodian wheelchair basketball team is that they have good communication, perseverance, and even though they have not won in the past, they have won the hearts of the players from other countries who admire us. Going to the tournament in Indonesia, we have 80% confidence in winning, but we will do our best to bring the medal back to our nation.
I went
to Myanmar and won a bronze medal. In Malaysia, I won a silver medal. And in the Philippines, because of COVID-19, I missed the match. My team used to play with Indonesia team. I know what to expect. There are some new country participating, and after a few years apart, they practice. But I also practice, so there is still hope. Of the 3 medals, I will bring one back for the nations.
Attending the ASEAN Para Games this time, Cambodia is not only a participating country, but also the next country to host the 12th ASEAN Para Games in 2023. The president of the Union of Youth Federations of Cambodia, Hon Mani, will lead the delegation to receive the ASEAN Para Games flag to bring back to Cambodia. Prime Minister Hun Sen has reminded all players that they are competing in the games as national representatives, so they should not violate any conditions or rules of the sport in a way that could affect the national image.
មេដាយមាសឬមេដាយប្រាក់ឬអត់មេដាយមិនសំខាន់ទេតែការបំផ្លាញដោយការប្រើប្រាស់នៃសារធាតុដែលហាមឃាត់គឺជាការបំផ្លាញមុខមាត់ប្រទេសជាតិដ៏ធំមេបីដែលក្រុមទាំងមូលបានទៅទទួលមិនគ្រប់គ្រាន់ដើម្បីនឹងប៉ះប៉ូវមុខមាត់ដែលខូចខាតដោយសារការប្រើប្រាស់នៅសារធាតុញៀន
The Prime Minister has wished all Cambodian Para Games players success and has encouraged them to get the COVID-19 vaccine as required before leaving for the competition. Decca Nin, EAC News.
A national movement has been set up to help clear mines in Cambodia to work towards achieving a mine-free country by 2025. This movement welcomes the participation of all people through charitable contributions to help mine officials achieve this work. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
Prime Minister Hun Sen made a post on his official Facebook page announcing the bank account number where donations can be sent and participate in Cambodia's demining campaign. People can donate through the ABA Bank, Aklida Bank and Canada Bank. The Prime Minister wrote, "This is a big national movement to reach zero landmines in 2025. I hope that our compatriots, both inside and outside the country, will continue to participate in the campaign to end the tragedy afflicting our poor land by 2025. On Sunday the 3rd of July, Samdek Tetchol project for the mine action was announced after Prime Minister Hun Sen ordered the Minister of Economy, Un Pon Monirot, to prepare a demining budget and expedite the demining process and encourage the private sector to join the royal government in achieving a mine-free Cambodia. To date, the funds raised for the destruction of landmines and exploded ordnance amount over $15.16 million and 190,800,000 real, or equivalent to $47,550. During a meeting with a delegation of the ASEAN Para Games at the Peace Palace on Wednesday morning, Prime Minister Hun Sen ordered his assistants to release the official bank account information to receive donations for demining efforts in Cambodia.
គេចង់ចូល50000រៀល100000រៀល10000រៀល2000រៀលគេចង់ចូលដើម្បីគេមានចំណែកធ្វើឲ្យប្រទេសនេះមានសុវត្ថិភាពមានសុវត្ថិភាពតែបើពូទៅឥឡូវទៅចាំមើលអស់លោកធ្វើរួចហើយទៅបានប៉ុណ្ណាបានប៉ុណ្ណាបងប្អូនខ្មែរខ្លះនៅក្រៅប្រទេសចង់ចូលក៏ប៉ុន្តែប្រដៅចូលតាមណាចឹងបើសិនជាប្រកាសឲ្យបានទលំទលាអានោះនៅមានការចូលបន្តទៀតបញ្ចូលបន្តទៀត
Currently, Cambodia has more than 14,000 minefields left, amounting to nearly 2,000 square kilometres of land that still needs to be cleared. A report from the Mine Authority states that from 1992 to May 2022, more than 2.4 billion square metres of the land had been screened for demining, clearing more than 1 million anti-personnel mines and more than 260,000 anti-tank mines and more than 3 million explosive remnants of war. There have also been over 65,000 victims to the landmines and explosive remnants of war, including 6,106 adult women, 1,393 girls. Of the total number of the victims, 19,818 were killed, 9,077 survived with disabilities, and 36,108 were injured. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
Prime Minister Hun Sen has decided to allow all existing right-hand drive vehicles to pay taxes without having to change the steering side in order to alleviate the difficulties of car owners. The Prime Minister, however, also confirmed that from tomorrow, all newly imported right-hand drive cars must be seized. EAC News reporter Becca Nin has more.
Speaking at a meeting with a delegation from the ASEAN Para Games on Wednesday morning, Prime Minister Hun Sen said that he received the case of a right-hand drive car owner who is protesting against the government's decision to get rid of right-hand drive vehicles, ordering all such car owners to have their steering wheel position changed. After taking this case into consideration, the Prime Minister said that he has decided to consider this request and now ask all existing right-hand drive car owners to come and pay their full custom duties without needing to change the position of their steering wheel. He also, however, reiterated that from the 7th of July onwards, all new imports of right-hand drive vehicles will be immediately confiscated by the state. He added that for car owners who have already deposited money at the General Department of Customs and Excise to change their steering side, if they have not yet gone ahead with repositioning their steering wheels, then they can now come and pay for the full tax and custom department will issue a final document for the Ministry of Public Works and Transport to issue a license plate. According to Prime Minister Hun Sen, there are 6,699 right-hand drive vehicles that have applied for custom duty, of which 2,299 have been repaired and 2,509 have not been repaired. Article 7 of the Cambodian Road Traffic Law states that all vehicles must drive on the right side of the road in the Kingdom of Cambodia. Therefore, all cars must be left-hand drive vehicles in order to facilitate the view of the road and to avoid possible accidents. Dekanin, EAC News.
Prime Minister Hun Sen has asked state institutions and citizens to save on electricity consumption as the government is making its first losses due to high electricity costs caused by the Russia-Ukraine war and sanctions placed on Russia. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has further details.
Speaking at a meeting with the delegation of the ASEAN Para Games on Wednesday morning, Prime Minister Hun Sen said that the state has made a loss on electricity on behalf of the people to maintain the cost of electricity in the country. The Prime Minister estimated that in 2022, the government will spend more than $100 million on electricity.
ហើយបើសិនយកគោលការណ៍សេដ្ឋកិច្ចផ្សារយកមកដាក់ឲ្យពិតប្រាកដភ្លើងឡើងមួយជាពីរឧទាហរណ៍ឥឡូវថាក្នុង1គីឡូវ៉ាត់ម៉ោងតម្លៃប្រមាណ700 720សម្រាប់អ្នកដែលមានអញ្ចឹងវាត្រូវឡើងទៅដល់1500 តែយើងសុខចិត្តធ្វើការខាត់បោះ
The Prime Minister has ordered state institutions to be the first to start saving on these costs. He said that the energy crisis was caused by the Russian-Ukraine war and sanctions placed on Russia. If this continues until next year, he said the crisis will be even more serious as the world is still experiencing the COVID-19 pandemic. Cambodia has announced resurgence of the COVID-19 cases on the 28th of June 2022. The Prime Minister has urged people to strictly implement health measures, but also at the same time reiterated that there is no need to lock down the country again, as almost 100% of the population in Cambodia has been vaccinated. What the Prime Minister requests instead is for people to go and get vaccinated in a timely manner, following the instructions of the Ministry of Health.
អ្វីដែលខ្ញុំត្រូវការគឺបងប្អូនទទួលចូលមកវ៉ាក់សាំងតាមការកំណត់របស់ក្រសួងសុខាភិបាលវ៉ាក់សាំងកាន់តែច្រើនអាកិច្ចការពារខ្លួនកាន់តែល្អប្រសើរនោះហើយគឺជាការល្អសម្រាប់យើង
After 52 low of 28th of June, new COVID-19 cases were discovered in Cambodia, raising concerns about the spread of the virus within the community. The Prime Minister made a special announcement of the discovery of new cases on the night of 28th of June, asked members of the public to take care of their health and encourage them to get their booster doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
The Cambodian Red Cross, in collaboration with Natural Beauty Company and the National Blood Transfusion Center, has launched a life-saving blood donation campaign with the participation of about 1,000 company employees and citizens coming to donate blood. EAC News reporter Dekanin has the story.
Speaking at a press conference on the day of the campaign on Wednesday, 6th of July, the CEO of Natural Beauty Company, Noon Sondri, expressed her pleasure in making this campaign happen. She said this campaign provides an opportunity for people to donate blood and spread awareness on the importance of blood donations, especially as there is a shortage of blood in Cambodia every day.
I value donating blood because it saves lives. Giving blood makes us proud of ourselves, and I am also proud of those who donate blood. The more blood we pump, the better our health. It also reduces the chance of cancer. Do not be afraid of blood. Do not be afraid of needles.
The president of the National Blood Transfusion Center, Dr. Sokpo, outlined the situation of blood demand in 2021 and said that a pack of blood is needed to save patients' lives every 6 minutes. The total daily blood demand is on average more than 250 packs in Phnom Penh. Nationwide, the demand surpasses 100,000 packs per day, which is an increase of nearly 20% from the previous years. The National Blood Transfusion Center covers more than 70% of the country's blood supply. However, free and voluntary blood transfusions meet only about 10% of the demand in Cambodia, while neighboring countries donate more than 90% voluntarily, according to data from the World Health Organization. Dr. Sokpo added that after the COVID-19 outbreak began, voluntary blood donations have greatly reduced, so this event is a good opportunity to strengthen the campaign of voluntary blood donations.
Blood donations do not affect health, and blood is the only source from humans that no factory can reproduce. A person who has donated 100 times was a doctor and also the former deputy director of the National Blood Transfusion Center. He is 90 years old now, and he has donated blood more than 100 times. Actually, it can be said that he donates more than 100 times regularly every 3 months. Donating blood does not affect health, but can give us many benefits. We can check our health status. We can know our health status when we can benefit.
He also stated that the blood donated at this event will be used in the hospital free of charge. Buying blood, on the other hand, is an illegal offense which should be punished. Maineri Sopet, the first Deputy Secretary General of the Cambodian Red Cross, expressed her excitement to see so many people who had come to voluntarily donate blood and save lives.
នៅក្នុងការដែលឃើញចលនានៃការចូលរួមរបស់បងប្អូន
The number of people who have come to donate here is a sign that, firstly, the promotion is widespread. Secondly, the increase in awareness of the importance and benefits of blood donation. There are two main benefits of blood donation. The first is health checkups, as the results show that at least your health is good. Second, if your health is good, you can help the lives of those who are in need of blood.
ទីមួយបងប្អូនថាអត់ដែលមានថវិកាទៅពិនិត្យសុខភាព
Bogota athlete Kamtet Sowatana was at the blood drive and expressed his pleasure in donating blood for the first time. He said he was happy that his blood will go to help those who are in need and also called on more people to donate blood like him.
I would like to ask for everyone to donate their blood, because if we donate blood, we can help the lives of people who are in need, and there is nothing to be afraid of with donating blood, because it does not hurt and it helps our health. And those who have tattoos, we can still donate as well, just like me. The doctors consult with us and told us to delay in case that we just got a tattoo. But after a gap of 1 month, we can donate blood.
Seung Daradari, who worked at a salon, was also excited to donate her blood for the first time. She said she wanted to donate in the past but did not know where to go.
I want to donate blood to those who are in need. Before, I did not know where to donate, but when I saw the post from the CEO of Natural Beauty Company, I came to donate.
Nut Kuntie, a tuk-tuk driver who donated blood on the same day, said it was his 5th time donating blood. He said he does not have much money to donate, but can instead donate his blood, which no factory can artificially produce.
I see people donate money since they have a lot of money, but not for me. I have no money, but I have blood. Companies have not been able to create blood artificially, so I donate to some people who need it. This is necessary because we have blood, but I do not have money to donate. But my heart wants to give blood to all who need it, the blood which cannot be reproduced by any factory.
He also called on people to donate blood because it has no side effects, but instead makes him healthier. The conditions for giving blood include having good health, an age between 18 to 60, a weight of 45 kg or more, a hemoglobin level above 12.5 gram per 100 milliliter, blood pressure reading between 100/60 to 140/90, and the appropriate blood donation interval if you have recently given blood every 3 months for men and every 4 months for women. The health benefits of donating blood include being able to get a health checkup to know the status of your health and if you have any infectious diseases such as hepatitis B or HIV. If during a checkup you test positive for any of these diseases, the National Blood Transfusion Center will ensure to maintain your privacy and will not share this result with anyone else. In addition, donating blood also helps to reduce the risk of cancer, reduce blood pressure and iron overload, which can affect the liver and pancreas, helps to improve heart health, reduce weight, reduce the chance of stroke and the collection of blood in the brain. Dekanin EAC News.
If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of our platforms and channels. The EAC News app, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eacnews.asia. Join me and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favorite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
As Chilean school kids start winter vacation, they leave behind a semester marked by violence. Several high schools around Santiago were taken over by students. One was set on fire while hooded youths clashed with police and burned city buses.
In June, the prestigious Internado Nacional Barros Arana High School in Santiago was temporarily shut over severe violence, including the principal's office being set ablaze. In a country that has seen rapid but uneven development in recent decades, angry protests by students over expensive and poor quality school and university education have become more frequent. For youngsters that have now exacerbated, experts say, by pandemic-related behaviour issues, although some signs of negative long-term effects of coronavirus lockdowns on children that have been seen elsewhere, Chile seems to be particularly hard hit. We haven't seen anything else or drastic or dramatic as here, said Francesco Molas, UNICEF's child education officer. The main impact has been in teens and pre-teens returning to school after going through puberty in isolation, she said. Chile's education superintendent reported 56% jump in violent incidents in the last semester compared to 2018 and 2019 before the pandemic. A surge has been troubled politicians, psychologists and teachers. After these 2 years, they have chafed more than authority than discipline. There's rejection in authority figures, said Esteban Abrica, a high school teacher in Imbia School in Santiago. It's not comfortable for anyone to be in class when they're burning things and attacking the principal. Chilean students' history of protest goes back to mobilizations against the dictatorship of Augusto Pinochet in 1970s and 80s. Students, including current President Gabriel Boric, led demonstrations to demand education reforms in 2006, 2011 and 2019. More widespread protests saw months of rioting with metro stations and churches burned. Valencia Averedo, a 16-year-old high school student in Santiago, said protesters were the only way to be heard, and while she did not agree with the bus burnings or clashes with the police, she sympathised with the anger students felt. I understand those who do not because you act the rage sometimes, shame and pain, she said, citing issues like school missing basic infrastructure, including doors and decent bathrooms. Adults don't take students seriously, so we take over schools, because if we try to talk, they don't listen. And Chevedo said, we regretfully live in a society that reacts to violence. If I give you violence, you give me what I want. Education Minister Antonio Avila told Reuters that the issues are linked with wider social unease. Indigenous violence in the south was hit by Boric's population, while a new constitution that was meant to help iron out deep-seated issues, inequality is a risk of failing to win enough support. The problems that occur in school communities are reflecting of the problems that we have in society, Avila said.
Let's have a look at today's finance. The CSX index is currently at 486.08 points, down 1.77 points or 0.36%. The Bank of Cambodia's daily exchange rate is 4,075 Khmer Rial to the USD. And now a look at what else is happening in finance around the world.
The price of dominant contracts of the hog futures of the capital market rose to a new high on this year's Monday, topping 22,755 yen, about $3,399.50 US dollars per tonne. The hog futures market opened in a bullish mood on the day and hit a limit during the intraday trading, with the dominant 2,209 contracts closed at 22,695 yen, about $3,390 per tonne, up 7.71% over the close on Friday last week. The pork price is northwest East China's Liaoning province, the country's main producer of consumer of pork, hit 21.8 to 22 yen, about $3.26 to $3.29 per kilogram on Monday, up 1.4 yen compared to last Friday. On the same day, central China's Hien province, the pork price was 21.6 to 22 yen, about $3.23 to $3.29 per kilogram, up 1.4 yen over Friday. Cambodian prices have also been on a roller coaster ride in the last 2 years. Market prices for Cambodia live pigs have varied across the years. Before 2019, a kilo of live pigs was going for $5.35. In 2017, the US $5.10, and also in 2018. In 2019, the export price changed to $5 per kilo, by down 1.93%. In 2022, the approximate price range for Cambodian live pigs is between $5 and $5.10 per kilogram. Asian stocks fell as the dollar stood by a two-decade high on the euro on Wednesday, as investors' fears deepened that the continent is leading the world into a recession, while the oil and European equity futures made a wobbly attempt to steady. Brent crude futures have a slid this month, and worries that the global slowdown will swamp the demand. Prices slumped 9.5% to a 2.5 month low of $101.10 on Tuesday, before bouncing slightly to $103.86 a barrel in the Asian session on Wednesday. MSCI's index Asian Pacific stocks outside Japan fell 1%, led by a 2% drop in Taiwan's benchmark index, heavy with growth-sensitive computer chip makers, which hit an 18-month low. Japan's Nikkei fell 1.1%. SP 500 futures fell 0.1%, while FTSE futures and Euro Stoxx 50 futures rose 1% after a heavy Tuesday selling. Treasuries were steady in Asia, with the 10-year yield at 2.8327% and the 2-year yield at 2.8385%. Bitcoin, which has been demolished in the flight for risky assets, sat at $20,115. That's the latest news on finance. Tune in tomorrow for more.
And finally, London Zoo's lioness Aria showed off some fairly impressive ball skills in her enclosure recently, as England prepared to host the Women's European Championship.
Male lion Banu didn't seem to be interested in the balls that keepers introduced into the enclosure in the central London Zoo, leaving it to his mate to play alone. The zoo said the balls were treated with herbs and spices, and England faced Austria at Old Trafford in the tournament opener on Wednesday, 6th July. The game will last from the 6th to the 31st of July, with 15 other nations joining England.
Thank you for watching the Daily Roundup on EAC News Channel. For more breaking news and updates, you can check out our website, eacnews.asia, or search EAC News on Telegram, Smart TV, or at your favorite app store. More from the EAC News team tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We will see you then.